Alright, hey guys, so there's finally been a good Humble bundle. This one is the Humble Indie Bundle number 19, and I'm just going to quickly go through it. Before that, I just want to show you guys that I finally got my Humble Bundle t-shirt. Woo, Humble Partner shirt. Now to quickly go through the games, the first tier includes, well, I'm probably going to butcher some of these names, Halcyon 6 Lightspeed Edition, Mini Metro, and Rakuen. The second tier includes Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, Soma, and Polybridge, along with some mystery games that are coming soon. This second tier is pretty freaking amazing. Soma, wow, that is a fantastic horror game. Polybridge, Keep Talking, I mean, this is a great second tier. And then the third tier includes Superhot and a $2 credit for Humble monthly subscribers. That's a big jump. Okay, so the second tier, first tier is $1, of course, you get these three games for $1. The second tier is $5, and the third tier jumps up to $14. So you're paying an extra $9 for Superhot. That's not worth it in my opinion, especially considering Superhot has been bundled in the past for like less than $2. So yeah, that's kind of expensive, but Superhot is a fantastic game. So before I go into each game individually, I do want to mention that the mystery games for the Humble Jumbo Bundle have been released as well. They include Kathy Rain, A Detective is Born, which is a point-and-click adventure game, and it also includes Flat Kingdom Papers Cut Edition. I'm pretty sure I played through this entire game. There's a Let's Play on my channel if you guys want to check it out. It's a action-adventure game with a very interesting art style. It almost looks like everything's like made out of paper, but it's a fantastic game. Beautiful graphics, the levels are enjoyable, and it keeps adding new mechanics as you play through the game, and the boss fights are pretty enjoyable. So I highly recommend playing Flat Kingdom Papers Cut Edition. That's a pretty good bonus game for this bundle. And then finally, let me just quickly mention that the Humble Monthly is coming up soon. This is like your last chance to pick up the Humble Monthly. So if you want DSX Mankind Divided, God Eater 2 Rage Burst, and Mafia 3, you should subscribe today if you haven't already, and be sure to use my referral link in the description below if you guys want to help support me. But typically the Humble Monthlies are about $12 a month if you guys want a random like loot crate of games. This one looks pretty promising. I mean, the early unlocks, which you can see here, are worth it in my opinion. DSX, Mankind Divided, and Mafia 3 for sure are probably worth the $12 alone, and you're also going to get another 5 games at the beginning of next month. So that's a good one. So yeah, let's go back to the Humble Indie Bundle number 19. And let me just remind you guys, if you want to use my referral link in the description below, you can actually support me. If you scroll down before you purchase the bundle, you can choose where your money goes. You can actually choose to send it to me if you use my referral link. So yeah, that's just a quick little shout out for people who want to help. But yeah, let's go back to these games. Halcyon 6 Lightspeed Edition. I haven't played this, but it looks like some sort of like space RPG, like a turn-based RPG. Looks pretty interesting. On Steam, it has very positive reviews. Looks like a great game. This is probably one of those games you can spend many hours in, especially if you're into like turn-based, like traditional RPGs. You might really enjoy this, especially if you're into space games as well. But this looks rather interesting. I might have to try this out. I'm not the biggest fan of space games, but when they do it right, it can be pretty enjoyable. So that's that. Mini Metro is a super addictive, minimalist, like, I guess you would call it like a subway building game, or like a metro system. It looks very like plain. You're not gonna understand what's going on just by watching this trailer, but I highly recommend trying it out. This game is very enjoyable, very relaxing, there's a lot of strategy to it, and it's just super fun. I might have to play this again. I do have a video on this on my channel somewhere. It's been a long time since I played it, but just thinking about it, I just want to go back and play it again. And then last but not least, we have Rakuen. This is an adventure game. It's I guess you would call it like an RPG maker type game, but this game is supposed to have a really good story. It says it's an adventure game about a little boy who lives in the hospital. One day the boy asks his mom to escort him to the fantasy world from his storybook so that he can ask the guardian of the forest to grant him one wish. In order to receive his wish, the boy must complete a set of challenges that revolve around helping his neighbors in the hospital by interacting with their alter egos in the fantasy world. So this is probably a pretty sad game, probably pretty emotional. These games can be like super enjoyable, especially if you're into story-driven games. But this looks great. I love the art style going on here, and yeah, just watching the trailer, it's probably going to be very cute and very sad at the same time. So yeah, that's that. The $1 tier, definitely worth it. I recommend everyone pick up the $1 tier for just $1. I mean, Mini Metro, it's worth it alone. It's a great game. And then scrolling down, the second tier, Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes. This is one of those games that you need to have friends to play. I really don't know if you can play this alone. I wanted to play it a long time ago, but I just didn't have anyone to play with. It's a game where you're supposed to have at least 2 people, and one person is trying to help the other person defuse the bomb, and if they can't do it, then the bomb explodes and they lose. But yeah, I've seen a lot of YouTubers play this. I'm sure you guys have as well, but if you don't have a lot of friends to play with, it's probably not the most enjoyable game out there. So Soma is probably my favorite game of this bundle. This is a fantastic horror game. This game is so freaking good. It's a sci-fi horror game. I think it's a mix between like Dead Space and BioShock in a way. You're like underwater, but this game is so scary at times, and the story is super interesting and immersive, and the graphics are great, the gameplay is great, like everything about this game is just amazing. It's one of my favorite horror games, so I highly recommend picking up Soma. Fantastic horror experience if you're into horror games. And then Polybridge is super fun as well. It's a very, very well done bridge constructing game. So you're building various bridges, and there's various missions that you have to solve. It's very challenging, especially later on in the game. It does take a considerable amount of time and like thinking process to get through some of the bridges. I think there's also like folding bridges as well later on. Let me see. Yeah, there's some bridges where you have to like open up for boats to cross, and you have to build ramps sometimes. There's a ton of levels, a ton of content. This is the type of game you can play for many, many hours. And you can even build like contraptions like this. Like, holy crap, a slingshot. That's freaking awesome. But I had an absolute joy playing this. There's a Let's Play on my channel if you guys want to watch me play Polybridge. Great, great game. So overall, $5 for the second tier. I recommend everyone pick up the second tier. If you want Soma, pick up the second tier. Polybridge is great too. I'm sure the mystery games are probably going to be pretty good this time around, just because all the other games in this bundle look promising. And then the third tier, I don't recommend picking up the third tier just because I think Superhot is a little bit too expensive. Superhot is a very short game. You can complete the entire game in around 2 hours, maybe even less than 2 hours. I forgot how long it took me. It didn't take me very long to beat it. It's a very enjoyable game, but at the same time, it's just very short. So I'm not sure if you guys think $9 is worth it, but it is very, very fun. It's all about slow motion, and it's very fast paced. It's extremely fast paced, a lot of slow motion, very challenging at times too, because you die in one hit. So you're kind of like dodging bullets like in the Matrix, and trying to go through each level. It's pretty fun though. I would definitely say it's a great game. So that's Superhot. I would recommend picking it up, but I don't know if it's worth that much. Then you get $2 of credit if you're a monthly subscriber, which is great. And you also get the Polybridge soundtrack if you get the second tier. So that's about it for this bundle. Again, thanks all of you who decided to use my referral link in the description below. It really helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. And I guess that's it for this video. I'm trying to think of anything else. One more time, I just want to remind you guys the Humble Monthly is coming up. So if you want Deus Ex, Mafia 3, and God Eater 2, it's the time to purchase the monthly along with the other games that you'll be getting at the beginning of next month. I think let me just check real quick. So yeah, this monthly is going to end on April 6th. Yeah, if I'm looking at that right, because it comes out on a Friday. It comes out the first Friday of each month. So April 6th, so you still have a little bit of time, but just reminding you guys that it's coming up soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Humble Indie Bundle number 19. I think it's a fantastic bundle. Highly recommend getting the first 2 tiers. Definitely worthwhile. There's some really great games here. I'm really excited to see some actually good games for once, games that everyone can enjoy. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.